we bind. Because listen, don't put it back up there now. In Matthew 18:18, I'm going to give it to you just like it's written. It says, whatsoever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Then it goes on and says, whatsoever you, that's just talking about one person. So if one can chase 1,000, I don't need a whole bunch of church people to get with me right here. So if one can chase 1,000 binding, what happens when we bind? They talked about that sound earlier. There's something about me and Minister Washington, we're going to teach y'all a little something about music. And I'm going to integrate that into my message. Give me some good volume. She is going to play one note. When I look at her, she's going to play one note. And I want you to listen. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes again. Because Pastor talked about the sound. And she said that it's vibration that hits our ears. And there's a certain sound that resonates more than others. If you look, how you do? Close your eyes, wife. She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. Go. Listen for the sound. Listen for the sound. One note. One note. B flat major chord. B flat. Just B flat. Okay. Class-like mentality now. Which stuck out more to you? The first, which is? Or the second? Okay, let me explain what we did. The first one is one note. That's the whatsoever you bind. That's the whatsoever you bind. Do it again. Now this next one is whatsoever we bind. Listen, there's a different sound that hits the ear of God when we bind. So, I just threw that in there. Joseph is sharing his dream with his brothers. This is the part that they got upset on. We were binding sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheaf, they were more concerned This is the part that they miss, and this is just outright, it's crazy. They were jealous of Joseph's individual effort. That they lost focus on the collective. Because watch this next part. He said to them, while your sheaves gathered around mine.
Yes.
He's not excluding them.
Yes.
He's not saying that they're unimportant.
Amen.
That they're not valuable to the process.
Amen.
Come on.
See, a lot of folks get jealous because somebody got to take the lead. And if that somebody that's taking the lead ain't them, they have issues.
Amen.
We talked about it on Wednesday night, I think it was. Basketball is a team sport. It takes 5. Tennis, you play by yourself. Golf, you play by yourself. You don't have to worry about nobody in the golf tournament. Just you yourself, hitting in that little hole. 182, 300 yards down the road. Tennis, you just got to hit those old little fence. The little rope in the middle. There are no problems. You compete with somebody. Basketball takes 5 people. But isn't it amazing how oftentimes people will get jealous of teams when they all 5 work together? That's why, listen at this, that's why everybody talked about the Golden State Warriors, if you know anything about basketball. Because there was nobody on that team who were ball hungry.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
It didn't matter who scored the most points on any given night. The problem that you have with a lot of teams and you have with a lot of church people is that although it's a team sport, somebody wants to be the star.
Amen.
The problem comes when you forget your spot on the team. You're a role player anyway, boo. The apostle is the main character. You're a role player. That means if anything went down with you, we can easily move someone else in your spot. Y'all ever watch Young and the Restless? Bold and the Beautiful? As the World Turns? Passions? When they used to come on, all of y'all done watched stories at one point in your life. Because your mama or your grandmama never made you watch it. From the time 12:30 to 4 o'clock came on. It was 12:30s, it was what? 12:30, what came on? Young and the Restless. At 1:30, Bold and the Beautiful. At 2 o'clock, As the World Turned. At 3 o'clock, Guiding Light. At 4 o'clock, Oprah. Don't sit and play with me like you don't know the routine. And 5 o'clock, you watch the news back to back. 5, 5:30, 6, and 6:30. And at 7 o'clock, you started watching Wheel of Fortune. And at 7:30, Jeopardy. Now y'all want to help me preach. I want to talk about the soap operas. You help me preach. The same mentality happens. How many times on Guiding Light
Come on, Mom.
did all of those supporting actors change?
A heap of times.
But you still had Reba. You still had Josh.
Yeah.
Until they kill them off. And then you had somebody like Stefano who went through all of the stories. He went from Young and the Restless, As the World Turned, to Bold and the Beautiful, and Guiding Light. Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's
See,
getting
Alan Jones, you start talking about soap operas, all the women start helping. Even some of the brothers, yeah, he moved, yeah. He on Bold and pull some stuff out the hat for you. What about them soap operas? So my point being is that Joseph's brothers were only, because they were already upset, because they were already mad, they couldn't see the good in anything. For some people, let me share this with you. For some people, no matter what you do, because of their hatred and their jealousy, no matter what you say, no matter what you try to include them in, no matter how much you encourage or speak into their life, they're always going to find negative.
Amen.
Because their vision is blurred by jealousy and anger. Somebody mad with me, they ain't gonna never see nothing good in what I do. I can go build a Habitat for Humanity house, ground up, furnish it fully. But if somebody angry, they're gonna say, well, she got that money illegally.
Lord have mercy.
Find some, and that's Joseph's brothers were never eliminated from the dream.
Amen.
So somebody say, well, I'm not excluding you from the dream. But this is my dream. You can't be mad if I'm the lead actor in my dream.
Amen.
At least I didn't cut you out my dream. If you want to be in the dream, man, go to sleep and dream. They said to him in verse 8, I don't even want to talk about verse 8, go straight to 9. Oh boy. Okay, elders. If they didn't like what you had to say in the first dream, what makes you think
They gonna like it this time.
they gonna like what you say when they hear what you about to say? Because the first dream only included the brothers. But what happens when the next dream, the next realm of the dream, reveals that the son is the primary person and not the daddy? And another dream, this time the sun, the moon, the sun represented what happened during the day, the moon represented what happened at night, and the 11 stars is what guides everything at night. Y'all know that, right? That's where you get y'all got them tattooed all over yourself and things. You read it every day in the newspaper. Your zodiac sign. Big Dipper, Little Dipper, y'all don't know nothing about that.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You done forgot. You can go take you out right now, put it dark, and let you look up to the sky. You don't even know where nothing at. The way the North Star, that way. That's south. North Star. Anyway, next verse, 10. I'm closing in a minute. When he told his father,
Yes, come on, Mom. As well as
his daddy rebuked him and said, what is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually, please underline that in your Bibles, actually come and bow down to the ground before you? So, do you think, this was my interpretation, do you think that me and your mama and your brother, now your brothers I'm good, but me and your mama gonna have to come subject to you?
all the guys that activity is
Now he might have been in some trouble with just the brothers, but it's some big trouble when your mama and your daddy
glory Glory to God.
Now remember, you got to understand, you got to go back to the very beginning. The promise occurred with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob became what? Israel.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me, Joseph, me, Israel, Jacob, Israel, God's chosen, gonna have to bow down to my son?
Come on, Mom.
Do you hate me because of my dream? Or do you hate me because of what I'm becoming?
What I'm becoming.
Because a lot of even your parents can't stand you for becoming more.
Yeah, amen. That's true.
Amen.
Oh, my. Glory to God.
Some parents have a problem. Oh boy.
Come on,
with you becoming.
Glory.
Because what happens when they're in a conversation with their peers and their peers are talking about you and your growth? So, verse number 9. That's where we at. Let me say this. The Lord never verbally prophesied publicly to Joseph. He never publicly prophesied to Joseph. Never.
Well.
So there are a lot of things that people are going to be hateful on. Things that God has whispered to you in your dreams. Because some of us, we ain't gonna never get open prophecies. I seem to be one that always get them. I be dodging them, trying to dodge them. Let God tell me himself. Don't tell me in public in front of people. He always called me out in front of people, Elder Jones. Because at that time, when he called you out in front of folks, people are going to be looking.
Amen.
Not at you at that moment. They're going to be looking for change or growth. If he tell you in your sleep, you ain't got to tell nobody. Y'all got to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Joseph never had to murmur a word to his brothers. But it was still going to happen.
Amen. That's true.
And a lot of people look at this, in my closing, a lot of people look at this and say that Joseph talked too much and that he was bragging. In that time, you have to remember that it was almost custom to share dreams. He was not responsible for how people responded to his dreams. Because sometimes when you share dreams with people, it can ignite them. It can help them jump on board to help you become everything in the dream. You know, to push you to that. But then you run into an issue like Joseph found himself in. They couldn't handle the fact that he would just be pushing a little bit more. Can you be a dream pusher?
Glory to God.
When you're not the dream haver?
Glory to God. Thank you, Jesus. Glory to God.
If you're not the one having the dream, can you be the one that pushes it? And a lot of times when we're not the ones with the dream, we do what we can to discourage the one that has it.
Amen.
As long as you're there with them, you're going to get some of the spotlight.
Come on, boy. That's true.
Evangelist White came to me a couple of weeks ago, and she was telling me about a dream that she had. And in the dream, she was the primary person. She was getting ready to speak on this grand stage. And the roles were basically reversed because I was helping her to get ready for her engagement. My reply back to her is, if that's what you dreamed, then we need to start working on that now. Because when we get the fact that you don't have to be out front to be important.
Amen. Yeah.
In August of 1963, if you don't mind standing, it was before I was born. In August of 1963, we're coming up close to 53 years ago. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the front steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and he gave the speech that sent shock waves through history.
Amen.
And everybody knows it as being the I Have a Dream speech. And one of the things that he said in the latter part of his speech, a lot of people focus on a lot of the things, but he says, and so, even though we're dealing with frustrations and we're dealing with obstacles, I still have a dream. So I come to encourage someone today that in spite of those obstacles, the frustrations, the problems that you're having, still have your dream. And no matter what anyone says about you, you do what's necessary to help make your dream come to pass. And there are a lot of people that's not going to understand it. And listen at this. Joseph's brothers didn't even understand the dream, and they were still angry with him.
Amen.
Pastor, why do you say that? There are a lot of people who does not understand your dream. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop pursuing it. Martin Luther King didn't live to see his dream come to pass. We're still working on it. Because he said, it's my dream that one day my children would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And we are still working on that today. So if there's someone here, you have been dreaming.
Let me get you out of here. Let me get you out of deep.
And you need some instructions on how to handle your dreams. Not to interpret your dream, but how to handle your dream. If you're here today, we're going to ask that you come. You've been